So, what do you guys think about abortion?
I think it's just you have to choose. It's not anything that somebody can say yes or no to. It's just like it's up to that person to decide to do what they're supposed to do.
So, do you believe in God?
No, I do not. No.
What are your reasons? Why?
I am a person of like definitive proof, and I mean I'm open to it, and I look through all the religions and things like that, and I'm like baptized and everything, but I just feel like I'm not really connected, and I don't have a reason, and I haven't been proven that it's like a thing. So once I have definitive proof, then I'll go from there. But I think I'm too young to fully decide.
So, how do you know if abortion is a good thing?
I know because there are people who need it, and it's just like there's certain people that, you know, they can't say that I'm going to keep this child, and even though I know I can't provide for it, and I know that it's not something that I can do and give this child the best possible life. So it's almost unfair to the child, and I think that you have to think about that, and then also women who've been rape victims. It's a good thing that they don't have the DNA of somebody who hurt them like that.
So, do you think like if somebody is born into like a poverty-stricken family, and they're not able to have a good life, that we should just terminate their life?
I wouldn't say that exactly. I think it's up to the woman to decide, like, say this woman is homeless and things like that, and she was a rape victim or something like that. I think it's just all circumstantial, and it's too hard to say with broad spectrums.
Okay, so like I'm not really sure what to say to that. So, I guess what I'm saying is like, say that somebody gets pregnant that's homeless or something, and that child is going to grow up to not have a good life. Like, why do you think we should be able to take that child's life? And then in the instance of rape, I agree that the man that rapes the woman should have the death sentence. He should be put to death. He should have the punishment and not have the punishment put on the child. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I get what you're saying. But I mean, ultimately, I think that it's hard to say, like, for what that woman wants to decide. I think it's just like it's all circumstantial. It's all up to that woman. And I mean, like you were saying with the person who is homeless. I mean, you can't give that child a good life. I think that it depends, honestly, on the woman to decide, like, can I do this? Can I be better? Things like that. And you don't know if the child's going to have a good life, but you do know in that moment if you can provide for the child. And it's like, it's just a tough decision, and I think it's just all circumstantial.
Do you believe in evil?
Hmm?
Do you believe in evil?
Yes, sure.
Right. Where do you get that standard from?
I mean, I think that it's something that comes in all of us. I think that evil is just all around, and I think it's up to the individual person to fight it or succumb to it, and evil is all circumstantial as well. I think it's all up to the person.
So, do you think that I could, out of my own will, decide what's good and bad?
I think so, yes.
So, what if I thought that it was a good thing to murder somebody? What would you say about that?
I think that I know what you're trying to do, because I get, like, you're saying that abortion is murder. I do not think that. I don't think abortion is murder because, especially if it's at a certain time and the child can't make that permanent, like, conscious decision, it's just, it's like the child's not really alive yet. It hasn't experienced life, so it's not murder.
All right. Well, when does a person become a human being?
I think when it's fully gets into the world. I think it's like once it's born, then it's murder. Once it's out of the woman's womb, then it's murder. But I think that it's
And where do you get that standard from?
I mean, existence. Like, I think that once you're not leeching off of another life and fully, like, breathing on your own, then you're alive.
But if we were to take a newborn baby and just put it out in the open, it would die. Because
Sure.
it needs adults to care for it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because
So could we murder a 1-year-old because they have to depend on their mother and father?
no. I mean, I think that would be murder because it's a living being thing. But I think I'm iffy on the stance of abortion just because of, I think, like I keep saying, it's just circumstantial. I think it's just there comes a certain point where, it's like, oh, maybe you shouldn't do that because, I also, personally, I think that if, this probably ties into it, that if somebody is really terminally ill, then they should be able to say, like, I want to be like hit with some hard drugs and just be done. Like, you know, I feel like that
So
should.
what I would say that is, I guess I kind of want to address two things here. Is the terminally ill patient, you know, they have the ability to make a decision for themselves, right? And then you said it would be murder to kill a child that's already out of the womb. Why would that be wrong?
Like, why would it be wrong kill a child outside of the room? Because at that point, it's already in the world. It's already like if you can't provide for it, then you can like put it up for adoption. There's more options at that point.
But why would it be wrong to not put it up for adoption and just kill it?
Because then you'd be killing it.
Because say I had a child, and I didn't want to take the responsibility for raising that child, right? But it's already pregnant, and I can't afford it. Why would it be wrong for me to kill the child?
I think general statement with all of the questions asked, I think it's hard, and I feel like it's hard for me to convey my feelings about this to you because you are a male, just already. So I feel like we could go back and forth for hours, but it's just not gonna translate. I'm telling you, all my basics is that it's circumstantial and it's just a decision that needs to be made depending on that person's life and that person's experiences.
So I still want to try to get an answer for this.
Well, I don't.
Why would it be wrong for me to kill a newborn child out of the womb?
Because that's murder. Like, it's already outside of the womb, and at that point, you can put it up for adoption, and you can decide at that point, is it okay if I can deal with this? Can I deal with this child?
And why is murder wrong? Why is murder wrong?
Because you're looking at something dead in the eyes, and you're saying, I want to kill you, and I have no reforms for it. It's just like, that's it.
But why is that wrong?
Because it's wrong. You don't kill another person once they're already alive and you've already attached to it.
So say I hold to the evolutionistic worldview, you know, that we all evolved from protoplasms, and now we're here. My goal is to keep my seed continuing, you know, survival of the fittest. So if I wanted to go and take the life of somebody in order to promote, you know, if I wanted to go around and rape a bunch of women in order to promote my seed, why would that be wrong is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. If we all just evolved with no creator.
It's March time? Never mind. Bye.
All right.
Thank you.